welcome to a very special video. Today I will be challenging MTG Gnome to a duel of the century. I will be using Hidetsugu demons and he shall be using angels, so we shall see which of those finds victory. The list today is a black-red demon list, and the abilities of this demon are quite delicious indeed. He can play 1 black to sacrifice a creature and scry 2, and what this does is ensures that you have the right cards on top to then use his second ability to pay 3, tap and exile the top card. You may play that card this turn. When you exile a non-land card this way, Hidetsugu Devouring deals damage equal to the exiled card's mana value to any target. So as you can imagine, you're going to want quite a lot of sacrificial fodder in this deck. So we have all-time favourites in the Dread Horde Invasion. Beginning of your upkeep, you can lose a life and amass 1. And this means we generate enough fodder to be eaten deliciously over a bed of corpses. What else could we use? Things like Carry Zev to make a 2/1 red monkey every turn. And this poor little monkey can be sacrificed and killed in the name of demons, of course. You want to end the game with some gigantic demons like Vilis, Razaketh, Rakdos, and Belzenlock, all of which work together to bring forth the demise of our foes. Don't forget, in the demon-style deck, you want to put Liliana's Contract in, just in case you have 4 demons out with the same name. You'll be winning the game. So this is a very good win condition, and the opponent might not even see it coming. So don't forget, this is a very special video where I'm facing against another very enjoyable and very cool YouTuber, so check him out. His link to his channel will be in my description below. Don't forget to leave me a like and a sub if you like these delicious games. And yes, join me in the battle of the century. We go first against Ghoul Caller Gisa. Mono black zombie deck, pretty cool. So they can pay black, tap, sack a creature, create X zombies, where X is to sacrifice creature's power. Very good, very cool flavor. Kill a dude, create that many zombies. Although I guess the flavor's a bit weird, because if you kill 1 person, how on earth do 2 zombies come out of that? I don't know, but so the extinction event could be decent here. So this is past the turn for now. Bastion, so we're going to want to feed the swarm on that. And yeah, taking the 1's going to be fine. And we hit a land, but yeah, I think I'm going to feed the swarm on the Bastion because that is just absurdly powerful. Especially when we're looking to block a bit. Oh, they've got to feed the swarm as well. Okay. Sure thing. Well, now we're going to see the power of Carder. So then we're going to force them to attack. This is good because we can block a couple of them and take them out. And we do gain a bit of life as well. And since it is their general, I'm going to extinction event for Odd, because she's very powerful, so getting her out of the way is going to be important. And there you go. Sometimes it's a quick victory, I guess. Okay, so we're finally in the first game. It has taken a crazy amount of time just to organise this, because you have to have these settings match each other completely just in order to have a private match, which is just utterly insane. So it's taken myself and Gnome quite a few attempts in order to set this up, so we hope you all enjoy it. So we'll probably have a best of 3 or maybe 5, we'll see how it goes. Starting hand is not very good, so let's give this a mulligan. slightly better, so let's keep that and see how we go. So Gnome is using Lisa, Forgotten Archangel, very powerful angel, flying lifelink. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the end step. Yeah, very powerful. So Esper Sentinel's coming out here. Gonna tax us if we cast non-creature spells, then I'm going to draw a card. So it's a very powerful start to the game. And I could go for the Poet's Quill, but I'm happy to just hang back. Yeah, I don't want to give them too much advantage. Kind of tempted to let him play a few more things out, and then we have the Extinction event to kind of wipe them all out. Hidetsugu's Monument. So again, there's no rush for us to do anything here. We can just hang back for a bit longer. So we could just go for the Poet's Quill here, and then pay the 1. And no, I'm happy to keep our hand. Hand is pretty good. We've got double black, double red. Okay, so Lisa can come out now. But the thing is, Lisa is 5 mana and Esper is 1. So this does mean that our Extinction event is going to get a really good hit. So at the cost of giving them 1 card, we're definitely going to do this. Yep, so that gets rid of a couple of threats there. So now Lisa's going to cost a bit more. So normally 7, but the deduction from the monument's pretty good here. So yeah, if you've never seen MTG Gnome's channel, check it out. I'll put the link in the description. It's got some really good gameplay videos similar to myself. Lots of interesting deck building and gameplay. And it's just a really nice guy as well, which is really nice to see in the community. Oh, looks like he's given us a few plants here. Oh, and a Curse of Silence, so it probably goes for Hidetsugu. So yeah, Sugu's going to cost a couple more now. So I could go for the Guardian Idol, that could be nice. And then maybe go for the Elspeth's Nightmare next turn. Or we could even equip one of these plants with lifelink. So now I've got a 1/3 lifelink plant. Quite a strange combination of words and effects. So yeah, as I said before, it's been quite difficult to arrange this match just because of how Arena works. I think there is a bug at the moment that's lasted quite a while where 2 people can't just play each other. Really irritating. But yeah, I'll try and get you some good videos out here. So it looks like we're both a bit behind on mana. I've missed my land drops. Looks like Gnome has as well. Although if he equips the Dowsing Dagger here and then attacks in, he's going to be able to flip and then transform this. Although he didn't equip that there to the Welcoming Vampire. So maybe this is a good window for the Elspeth's Nightmare. So if this kills the Welcoming Vampire, this is going to be pretty nice because it stops the flow of him getting creatures, and also the fact that he also has the Hidetsugu's Monument. So whenever a creature with power 2 or less comes in and be drawn a card, so that would have been a really amazing bit of synergy there, which I haven't actually seen before, and that's really cool. So I've got some pretty decent defenders on the floor. Amelia's Call being played as a land there, so that could have been held for a few turns earlier in hopes of drawing some more lands, but I suppose if you're behind, you would play that. I definitely would. 3/2. So if this hits, it's going to get a lot of mana. So it's a 3/2 Vigilance. So I think I can just chomp here. Yeah, we really don't want this Dowsing Dagger to flip, to be honest. Getting the land there is good. So now we're going to look in Gnome's hand to see what we're dealing with. Could be a treasure trove of very powerful cards here. Might even be a kill spell in response. Heartless Act. Yep, makes sense. So what else are we working with? Oh, wow. So I think I'm happy to get rid of the March. That's a really cool card. So they don't have... yeah, I really don't want this to flip, to be honest. But he has the Playcrafter. So I could just go for the Orcas here, just to get rid of these couple of things. Just so this Dazzling Dagger doesn't flip. Because whatever we play is going to kill anyway, right? So if we go for the Solemn, it's just going to die. So yeah, I think this is the right play here. 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, we'll go for a couple. We'll lose 2 life, and they lose the. He'll lose the 2 tokens here. Could we possibly see the Lisa come down to play, or we could see the Playcrafter? Both are viable options. But if he goes for the Lisa first and then the Playcrafter, then the Playcrafter goes back to his hand at the next end step. That's a very powerful synergy there. He could also be thinking about Blood in the Snow to get back the Welcoming Vampire. That's another line of play that's possible. And also because he probably wants to do this. Oh, okay, interesting. So the Blood in the Snow would have been nice as well, because obviously my Elspeth's Nightmare will exile his graveyard. Okay. So now the Welcoming Vampire goes forever. So I'm quite happy about that. So it makes Blood in the Snow a bit weaker. Yeah, so I think this is probably a good chance to go for Solemn Simulacrum. So it's a decent blocker, and we also have the Baleful Mastery to kill the Playcraft if we really have to here. So we could just take a risk and equip the Quill to the Solemn. So that means that this is a viable blocker, and then we don't have to waste a Baleful Mastery for 2 mana. And I'd rather he'd not draw an extra card with this. So something I noticed in testing with Hidetsugu is you don't want to play him early because it just gives the opponent a chance to kill him without any value. You want to at least cast him out when you have at least something to sacrifice, even if it's just himself. Okay. So the Valkyrie is going to be pretty scary. Flying Lifelink, Hexproof from Walker. So we can kill this with the Bedevil. I think we do this now because we really don't want to lose our really good blocker here. And we could force a board wipe, but I'm not sure I'm happy about. So we could just Blood in the Snow, get rid of everything, get back the Valkyrie. But I'm going to leave up the Baleful Master here and just defend. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting. This is good. I can definitely feel the power level of the opponent here. It's more than your average Joe, and I really enjoy this. Oh, what an awesome card. Okay, Rampage. So when he loses an angel, we sack something. So don't forget, if you like these kind of videos, tell us in the comments below, and we'll see what we can do about it. We might be able to make some more. So whenever an angel dies, sacrifice. So I think I'm happy to exile it here because this gets around the sacrifice clause. Oh, Jadar. Jadar's really good. This could also force a Blood in the Snow. So we attack. What are the odds that they... But then they'll get through the Dazzling Dagger, won't they? And this gives them a lot of mana. Let's go for the Cold Steel Heart here. Still not really sure what to do. Could go for the Grim Tutor, but then that means all our mana's gone. So tell you what, let's just go for Varagoth. I guess we can kind of force them to get the Blood in the Snow out of the way. And if they don't Blood in the Snow here, then we're going to get some really nice advantage. what are the targets? So there is currently one angel in the graveyard that he can get back. He could also activate the Ardent Veil. There's a few options. What's the wording on this? Then we return a creature or planeswalker with value X or less, where X number of snow spent to cast it. So he's got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so only 3 snow. So the question is, does Gnome want to use this and not get back the angel? So it's quite the quandary. Yeah, it seems like it's a tricky decision. So we could equip the Dowsing Daggers. That'll go +2, +1. So that'll be 5, 3. I've still got a good block with the Solemn. Yeah, it's definitely a tricky one. So it looks like Blood on the Snow is coming. Yep. I'm kind of happy with that. And then the Playcrafter makes me discard, I believe, because it comes in. Yep, so we'll get rid of the Kalane. So this does give us a really good window. Let's go for the Grim Tutor. Now this could be literally anything here. Ooh, so many options, aren't there? I'm in the mood for Liliana, I think. I think she provides some really good power here. Oh, milling 2 amazingly good cards. Phyrexian Arena and the Phyrexian Scriptures. 2 Phyrexian cards. That's pretty Phyrexianist if you ask me. That might have not been a great play, but we'll see how we go. 6/4. What do we have in the graveyard? That's good. We've got Orcus. So what's the running of Orcus? Is this an ETB trigger? When it enters the battlefield. Yeah, so I can just do that, I think, can't I? So let's go for the Orcus here.
So much depth.
Now, annoyingly, we will also lose the... That's interesting. Did I just miss the trigger for that? Oh, well. Maybe I did. When it enters the battlefield, choose 1. Oh, yeah, because you have to pay the X in the mana cost, don't you? Okay, that's fair enough. But at least we still have a blocker. That's still fine. This can have... Yeah, apologies there. Misplayed quite badly. So we go for the Ghoulish Procession. This will give us a nice bit of protection versus the Rampage there. Because whenever they lose an angel... we have to sack, right? But then whenever we lose, well, whenever one or more non-tokens die, we get a 2/2. So yeah, let's see if we can protect Liliana just a bit longer. Ah, yeah, that was quite the misplay from me there, playing the Orcus without seeing. Oh, and a Dauntless Bodyguard. Okay. A lot of stuff he's got. So here comes the attack. So we block here. There's 2 possibilities. He can make the bodyguard... Oh no, the bodyguard's linked to Lisa. Okay. But if the Seraph dies, it goes back to hand anyway. Interesting. Choosing to not attack. Okay. So we could get the Varagoth. The 2 flying angels here. That's going to be quite tricky, isn't it? Let's go for the Jadar for now. So this says whenever one or more non-token creatures die. How do we get around this? Certainly a tricky one. The defenses are really powerful. Lisa's going to be flying damage we're going to struggle to deal with as well. So maybe it would be better to just resurrect the Varagoth here. Yeah, because we can't protect her anyway, right?
The others can deal with you. Necromancy is an art.
Oh, this is really hard. Really difficult. We've got ground blockers. We could also use the Hidetsugu to kill one of their guys. Or we could go for the Karazev. Maybe go for the Karazev here. 3, 4, 5. We can equip the Poet's Quill here to give Orcus just a bit more oomph and some life gain. Pardon me. And yeah, we'll pass it back. Let's see what we can do. This Archetris Monument is looking really amazing for Gnome here. Harbinger. Oof. So we're looking for a board wipe of some kind. Being at each end step, if you gain 4 more life, create a 4/4 angel. Okay, things are going to get pretty rough now. Okay, so that's going over to Lisa. 6/6. So if she hits us, that's going to flip. What are we looking for? This is one of the toughest battles I've had in a long time. So here comes the angel. So a couple of superiority flies in the air there. Let's see what we exile here. Just a random thing. Okay, so we get 0, unfortunately. Choose a blocker. So if this dies, then this is going to make it indestructible. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. We do gain the life. We get some triggers as well. We take 4, but we gain 6. And they gain a lot of angels here. Oh, Razaketh. Razaketh is a super nice blocker. So let's get this guy out here. And I'm happy to tutor for a land, I think. I just want to hit my land drops. So for now, I want to get a land just because it's probably the safest thing to do, isn't it? Let's face it. Let's go for the Castle Lock Thwain. And then we've got 2 mana. I guess we could do this again, because these Decayed Zombies aren't so great anyway. Then we can get a 2 mana spell. What's a good 2 mana spell? Feed the Swarm. Maybe the Power Word Kill? Oh no, that won't be very good. I think Infernal Grasp. And this is an instant, so we don't need to do anything just yet. So don't forget that whenever another non-token creature dies, return that. So we kind of want to kill the Lisa, don't we, to be honest. So here comes the Dauntless Bodyguard. So now I want to go and kill the Lisa before he can give it protection. So yeah, it's not looking good for us because he's got over double our life. So then we have to sack another creature. So we'll sack a decayed guy. We've got Razaketh though, so we could give him lifelink, swing in, or we could even just give him lifelink and block, or keep him back. God damn, this is hard. This is definitely hard, Gnome. You've got me on my I don't know what word I'm looking for. They got me on my something. But yeah, we definitely need some life gain. So the Quill on the Razaketh is going to be pretty good. That's exactly why I put this in. It seems like a bit of a weird card, but I found in testing that my life just kept going down. And I needed a way to just protect myself. I think he's thinking about an Alpha Swing, to be honest. Because that's 8 in the air. Although, maybe not. That's 12 flying. I block one, that's 8 flying. Then he has 4, 5 on the ground that I can block most of them. 7 of the skill. So he's thinking of getting this through, and this can get Vigilance or Death Touch, so we really don't want to block this. See what he attacks with. An Alpha would actually be really scary. Okay, so it is an Alpha. Or not. Just a few guys. Interesting. Oh, okay, so just the angels then. So we'll block this guy. And we take 10? Ouch. Okay. So we go to 2. That's a really, really clever attack. That is a really clever attack because it means I can't use Razaketh now. But the lifelink will enable me to at least get a few abilities off. And here comes the angels. Okay. So he's also got enough to block. Okay, so let's give this to... Let's have a think about this for a sec. So he can sacrifice something, deal damage. I think that's risky. Let's just give Razaketh the lifelink here. So you'll have to block with multiple angels. That's a huge, huge block. 9. So we're going to lose all of our stuff really, aren't we? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's actually a really bad idea that we just did that, wasn't it? Because we can't actually use the ability... Yeah, that was actually a really bad move. And also, we're going to sack a lot of things here. Yeah, I really shouldn't have done that. I should have attacked with something else. So get rid of this guy. So give the quill to the Hidetsugu. And... Yep, I think we just... Yeah, we lose this one. I should have attacked with something else. Gain the life. Okay, so that's a lot of air superiority, isn't it? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sack our zombie destroy 2. So we're going to need a really big spell on top here. And that is a really big spell. We can't cast it, but we will survive. Because we've got lifelink after all. So let's get rid of one of the angels that we can kill. So we'll have to sack another thing here. So this is pretty bad. I guess we'll go for the Karazev because it's hard for her to attack anyway. We're not dead yet though. Okay, so down to 7. I am misplaying all over the shot. Ornithopter gains them another thing. So yeah, we desperately need a board wipe. They get another angel. So let's sack another guy. We'll sack the Jadar this time. Doom Whisperer. Doom Whisperer ain't gonna cut it, is he? Okay. Okay. So, let's attack with the Varagoth. It's a lot of blocks. So yeah, we'll put a card to the top of our deck. So it's going to have to be something relatively cheap to keep us alive here. And what would that even be at this point? I don't think we even have any board wipes left. Yeah, I feel like we've used all our board wipes, haven't we? What would actually help right now? I honestly don't know. I can't believe that we can tutor for something that's just not going to help. To be perfectly honest. I guess Price of Fame. And yeah, we'll exile the top card. And then we just sacrifice our Hidetsugu. Yeah, this was painful. Absolutely, I got absolutely owned. Absolutely owned. I'm just gonna pass back to Gnome. Yeah. Definitely think my huge misplay was the Razaketh there. That was definitely a great game, though, I have to say. Yeah, this Harbinger is really good, and even the Aketra's Monument here, really powerful. Yeah, some really powerful gameplay there. Very nice. Let's see if we can get some payback in the next game. Okay, let's go to game 2 of this epic showdown. Let's just make sure everything's recording. Okay, so I get to go first. Yeah, the starting hand's not too bad. Let's see if I can hold my ground at all. Pajuka Bog on turn 1 isn't so good. But we have a way to ramp, a couple of really good removal spells, and something that can just gain a bit of advantage if we get some red mana. So let's see. Let's see if I can get a win in here. Gnome is a very good player, I can tell. Both Bajukid. Both Bajukid. Very nice. I don't know why they laugh so much. It's just a terrible turn 1 land, isn't it? Ooh, doggo. Here comes the doggo. Another creature gains indestructible. Okay, well, let's see if he wants to trade here. No trade? Alright, we'll pass turn. So we desperately need red, that's for sure. The doggo is going to protect... Oh, Esper Sentinel again. No. Brutal. Brutal. Oh, well, let's get rid of the... Let's get rid of the dog. That's going to get annoying. And no red mana. Okay. Okay, this is bad. Missing the land drops. Ah, Esper Sentinel. So powerful. So powerful. Kind of want him to attack. Obviously he's not going to do that. Okay, well I guess we'll just go for all the black spells here. Pay for that. And we're not attacking because I mean, neither is he, let's face it. Baneslayer Angel. Yikes. This feels like a very powerful card versus demons. Okay, we got ourselves a red. Got ourselves a red. So we could just... We could make him just attack, right? That's kind of funny. But then it would go back to his hand if he plays the Lisa. So we know for sure that the Rampage is going to hit the Sentinel. Okay, fine. Get rid of the Sentinel. If he doesn't get rid of the Sentinel, then something is afoot. Yeah, there we go. And we'll hold back. Yeah, man, that's pretty rough having to deal with the Sentinel. Especially 2 games in a row. That is pretty rough. Thopter. Just want one turn just to Okay, there we go. So we are losing... We're hemorrhaging a lot here. I think we'll try to bedevil the Baneslayer, see if that can get through. That was a really weird animation. It looks like a baseball being thrown in the air. Okay, let's swing in. So it is nice to be able to kill these guys before Lisa comes out. Keep forgetting that Lisa has another clause. If a creature opponent controls would die, exile it instead. So anything... So if we have the Dire Fleet out, this actually won't trigger. Which is very bad. Here she comes. So luckily we do have a way to exile her here. And a Solemn. But you know what? It's going to be 4 flying, isn't it? Yes, okay, then we'll get rid of her now. The pressure is immense from these flyers. Really is. Really is immense. Especially when my Dreadhorde is hitting me as well. Arena certainly likes not giving me lands, that's for sure. So... 7 mana. Rampage of the Valkyries again. Yikes. Okay. That's such a good uncommon. That is so powerful. A Braid. Okay, so let's go to combat. Do we want the mana here? They probably won't trade this, right? Yeah, let's leave the Dire Fleet because if they do block here, then we just sack the fleet and get treasure anyway. Well, they do trade, okay. I guess it makes sense because he doesn't want me to get a 6 powers on me here. So that dies. I think we ramp again because for some reason Arena doesn't want us to have any mana. Which is kind of mean, but there you go. The removal source to plowshares. Wowzers. Oh well, we gain a bit of life. Could be useful. Sign in Blood. Okay. Refilling the hand. Mind Stone. Book of Exalted Deeds. Okay, this could be scary. I think I probably want to kill this, don't I? Let's not mess about with this mythic. Too scary. Way too scary making angels every turn, especially when the angels can make me sack things. So if I go for a thing... If I go for Hidetsugu, he's probably going to board wipe. Because he didn't play anything, right? So the chances of him having a board wipe is really high. So... Let's just go modest with the carry reserve here. We don't need to... we don't need to play our big stuff just yet. Or we don't need to be tricksy with the card just yet either. Okay. So Karazov is going to be a decent attacker because she's got First Strike Menace. And she makes a 2-1, comes down attacking as well. But obviously with the Lisa here, could be Could be a bit tricky, to be honest. Three cards in hand, so who knows? You could have any number of terrifying cards. Angel of Destiny. Now this is a card I don't mind hitting me. Because we gain some life, right? Razaketh. So we need some mana for this guy. 3 mana open, which means it could be kill spell. Kill spell time. Let's go for the Doom Whisperer here. If he has a kill spell, then we can use the Surveil maybe, just to gain a little bit of advantage. But it's a pretty good blocker. 6/6. Obviously, you can only block if you're alive, and he probably has a kill spell here. Looking at the Dreadhorde would imply it's what, Mortify or something, Putrefy, Mortify, something along those lines. Come on. Just give me a turn with Doom Whisperer just to just hang in there. Bit of a weird card, Doom Whisperer. It's kind of like a do nothing card, isn't it? Like, you pay 2 to Surveil 2, put stuff in the bin. Doesn't actually give you any physical value, but it's more like virtual value because you're digging deeper as to not draw dead cards. And so cards like this are a bit technical because they don't look as good as they seem, or they don't feel as good as they look. I don't know which. Choose any 2 words to put there. Otherworldly Light. So that's going to get exiled. So let's just do this once to see if we can get something good on top. Kalane and Atsushi. Sushi could be good. We'll leave that on top. So, there goes Doom Whisperer. So if he swings in with the Angel, we gain some life. Obviously, he'll gain life as well. But then we can just swing back. So, doesn't really do him any favours at this point. We can card her to make him attack, of course. So Sushi's nice because if it dies it can give us some treasures, and the treasures means that we can hopefully cast Razaketh. And Razaketh, let's hope this time I don't mess up. Because, yeah, I basically shouldn't have attacked. It was, the psychology there was it was too appealing to attack with such life gain. But there you go. We're at 13, so it's not the nicest. He could have another exile spell. I mean, white, that is white's speciality, isn't it, after all? Two mana open. Playcrafter. Oof, we're going to lose 2 creatures here. Pretty brutal. Pretty brutal indeed. So that goes. Although actually. And it goes back to hand. Ouch, that's going to be every turn, that is. That is very rough. So every turn we're going to lose a creature, and if he chooses angels, we'll lose 2. 5, 5, and 2. Okay. So we're going to take a bit of a beating here. But, you know. We need to get that board wipe, yo. Lisa plus this Playcrafter. Yeah, pretty crazy. I'm glad it's just an end. Oh no, if a creature opponent controls would die, exile it instead, so we're not going to get the trigger with that Sushi, are we? It's just going to die. That's really sad, actually. Yeah, Lisa really shuts down our deck. Because we've got... Basically, I've built this to be kind of like slightly aristocratic. It synergizes a lot with sack effects and losing creatures to gain value, but Lisa just completely shuts down a lot of these effects, like Atsushi has, dying triggers, and yeah, that's a shame, but what can you do? It's just the way it is. Playcrafter. Here we go again, lose another guy. So the angel means that that means we lose two things. That's such a shame. So that means we're gonna lose everything, doesn't it? That's such a shame. That's so brutal. Making us lose both things. Okay, so we'll lose the Atsushi as well. That is brutal. And the Cathar Commando. Okay. So that could kill the Dreadhorde invasion, I guess. Oh, this is actually brutal. Yep, you can do that every turn as well, because that goes back to hand. Yeah, pretty brutal, to be honest. This Rampage of the Valkyries is, yeah, it's making a mockery of me, to be honest. Okay, so it gets all this stuff back. So we get a little pet. We'll sacrifice the pet. That was a pretty good top deck, to be honest. So we get the extinction event. And we'll choose odd. So that'll do away with those pesky guys for a little while. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I probably should have attacked there as well, to be honest, just because, yeah, okay. So we can't block here because, firstly, we'll lose our Razaketh. It's 6. That's not good. So what can we do? We need another way to kill their stuff, don't we? But this is very risky. Whenever we lose, yeah, I'm gonna have to look for another kill spell here, aren't I? Really? Is there anything that would be useful? Cosmos Elixir? Or just another exile effect? This is really rough. I guess we can go for an exile card, can't we? To exile the Lisa. And this isn't the best solution, but it's the only one I really have for now. So here comes the Commando. So good thing we didn't actually attack there, because we'd just be dead on the swing back. Okay. Yeah, this has been a pretty rough series of matchups, to be honest. I'm pretty much dead because I can't... I mean, this Flying Death Touch Ace guy. Oh my god. Brutal. Do we... Am I missing something here? So get to 2. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to need here. Something crazy. Yep, nothing I can do. Because they've got 2 flyers, and yeah, I've got 1 flyer. So pass the turn. Yeah, I felt like I was on the back foot for that game as well, unfortunately. So even if we, you know, block something, it doesn't matter because, yeah, they've got more attackers anyway. So, and we lose all of our blockers because of the Rampage of the Valkyries as well. Yeah. Okay. Opponent goes first. And starting hand is actually quite nice, which is good to see for a change. Right, let's see if I can get 1 win in. That would be nice. But yeah, it's certainly a pleasure to lose to someone who is such a good player like this, so yeah. Let's go. Dark Rituals, I could... Okay, this could be funny. Turn 1 Phyrexian Arena. See if that works out. Okay, so let's take a bit more damage. Let's go for the Kalane. So it's definitely a nice start to the game, that's for sure. Chromatic Lantern. So I could be facing a board wipe soon, or the Liliana. Could go for the Atsushi. Or is that just asking for trouble? No, maybe not. So casting it with a treasure means it becomes a 5/5. Which means it's actually a pretty good blocker against the Lisa, to be honest. Or even a good way to pound in, but the lifelink, it's gonna be very difficult to get through. Smothering Tithe, yikes. Oh, this is brutal. Smothering Tithe versus my Phyrexian Arena. Okay. Pretty rough. So there's a lot of triggers to click. So board wipe here is tremendously bad, isn't it? See if we can swing in for anything. Okay, and see, I don't want to play more things into their board wipe, so let's go for the Ghoulish Procession. Bit of a mouthful there. But yes, this Phyrexian Arena is weirdly unlocking his Smothering Tithe, so what started out as really good luck is ending up as actually quite bad in some ways. Solemn, oof, so much advantage here. But the fewer cards he has means that the less things he has to do with the Smothering Tithe. So we'll see how this goes. So I don't want to pay for any of these because I want to cast my own spells. Oh, Soul Transfer is quite nice as well. Anything in the graveyard? Nothing in the graveyard. So I think we go for the Hidetsugu only because he wouldn't. I don't think he would have played the Welcoming Vampire if he had a board wipe. And then we can swing in. You've got to get that damage in. Down to 13. So we could go for Karazev here. Yeah, I think let's go full aggression this turn, and then next turn we'll deal with the problems. We have left Hidetsugu kind of open, but there you go. This card, I'm struggling to say it, the Ghoulish Procession could be pretty good when we lose stuff. Heartless Act. Okay, so that gets rid of our general. Okay, we'll put him back to the command zone for now. Although saying that, I could have probably left him there and gotten back with a soul transfer, so maybe that would have been better. Oh, and an exile effect as well. Damn, that's really rough. Really, really is rough. Looks like he wants to get that back to hand, so we'll just take the damage. Ruthless, absolutely ruthless. Okay, Rampage could be nice, but we want to get rid of the Lisa first. Oh, and a Rakdos. Should we go for Rakdos, or... Could go for Blood Artist and then Rakdos. So they could get all the stuff back, couldn't they? I think we exile the... Oh no, wait. Do we do that? Yeah, we'll exile the Lisa here. Yeah, that was a misplay again, not putting Hidetsugu in the graveyard, but there you go. So we could just go for Lisa again in his next turn, which then turns off our Blood Artist if we did play it. Let's go for Blood Artist anyway, just for now. And then we can Rampage them. So they'll lose the Solemn here, but at least they won't get it back. He won't get it back to his hands. So we get a zombie back. And a Drain trigger. And we get a few points of damage in as well, which is relevant. Down to 8. So a board wipe for us would be pretty epic because it's, you know, drain them for quite a bit. But, you know, if it's Blood on the Snow, that would be quite sad for us. Selfless Saviour. So yeah, here comes Lisa, which is pretty bad. He can cast Lisa for literally the rest of the game. This Smothering Tithe has been the ultimate just stab in the back of this Phyrexia. And a Resplendent Angel as well, goodness me. No such thing as an easy game here. Taking us down to 13. Come on, we need a kill spell, please. Lightning Bolt. So that doesn't do it, does it? That really doesn't do it. We are in trouble though if we don't kill this angel. Yeah, this Lisa, it literally shuts down our entire deck. Literally. Because we can't even win with the Blood Artist, so fine, we'll just go for the Hidetsugu here. And leave up the Lightning Bolt, I guess. Maybe we Lightning Bolt now. Yeah, because if we Lightning Bolt in his turn, he can just pay 6 to give it +2/+2. So sacking the dog. Oh, okay, what is this? Get a creature independent dies. Oh, see, we still get triggers on their stuff. Oh, interesting, it's just our stuff. Okay. Okay. So the dog comes back somewhat annoyingly. Have we just lost to this? Angels get +2/+2 lifelink. I think we just literally have, haven't we? Yeah, we can just we just lose to everything here. So that's okay. Yeah, that's a shame. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. That is pretty unbelievable, to be honest. But there you go. What else could I have done? I've just obviously made an ineffective deck versus his, haven't I? So there you go. Okay. So the only hope I really have is this Rakdos, right? Fine, let's give it a go. Let's see what few triggers I can get here. Okay. I mean, we're still dead. Yeah, everything he had was just, it was the removal spell every single turn. So that's 1, 2, 3, the protection spell, and the infinite recursion, I suppose, as well. Yeah, that is a shame. Somewhat disappointing, but that's what happens sometimes. Yeah, I mean, we had a turn 1 for Phyrexian Arena, and he had a Smothering Tide, so, you know. I feel like this is a mercy play here. Although, actually, it isn't, is it? Because he can just pay 6... Oh, no, 4, 5... Discard a card, okay. Wow. Okay, so we discard 2 cards there for 2 mana. Wowzers, okay. So we try and block here. I mean, I feel like there was probably lethal on board, but so that goes back to hand, and he gets 2 1/1s. Yeah, it's a real shame about the lifelink because he would have been dead by now if it wasn't for the Lisa and the Resplendent Angel as well. Okay. Yeah, it's just nothing we can do here. We're basically getting punished for playing a Phyrexian Arena, believe it or not. So also all of our creatures go to the graveyard. They get exiled because of the Lisa. Every time we play Hidetsugu, he dies, so there's no point doing that. So many creature tokens as well. Like we can't even use the Debt to the Kami to really do much. We don't have any air superiority, so there's nothing we can do there. I guess we could, if we attack, we lose all of our blockers. They'll gain 4. Fine, go for the Elders Reborn, I guess. They'll lose 1. They'll lose a creature. They'll lose 1 life. We gain 1 life. Okay. Down to 9. If we swing, they end up gaining more life. Yeah, if we swing with all our guys, they'll just block. Okay, sure. That's the best we can do. That's literally the best we can do. Exile a creature. So obviously this will be a 1/1. And then we just down the swing back. Although that is a suspiciously strange block. He's very, very adamant to not block with the Elisa, but why would... I guess we could have some kind of death touch effect for 1 black, maybe. Yep, that's a real shame. Lisa just shuts off this entire deck, and they get all the creatures back. Cool. This is, yeah, needless to say, this is not a very good matchup, as you can see. Yep, there is literally nothing I can do, so here comes the mega attack. And the pump as well. But yeah, this Smothering Tithe was so ill-timed for my deck. Oh well. There you have it. Angels versus Demons. Pretty definitive answer, might I add. Hello and welcome back to the end of the video. So let's give my review of what I thought happened today. Well, as you could see, this deck really didn't do very well. I think partly because we agreed making tribal decks, but I think the demon support isn't quite there. The demons, they just operate on their own level. They don't actually do anything that helps other demons. But angels, they all seem to work really well under the life gain theme. So the angel deck that MTG Gnome used has really good synergy together. And it was really well piloted as well. He's a very good player, probably one of the best opponents I've ever faced. So yeah, losing to him, obviously it felt bad, but you know, it was a really good set of games, and I did enjoy the games. If you were to make this deck going forward, I think I would completely scrap the whole demon tribal thing. Another part why it's so difficult is because it's kind of all over the place, and I think it was, to be honest, a pretty badly designed Magic card. I don't normally like saying that on my channel because I want people to try and experiment and use cards that aren't used too often, but there's probably a reason why this card is not used, and he's just too much mana. 4 mana for 4/4, so vanilla body. 3 mana, tap, exile top card. So let's think about this. The first time you get to use his cool ability, you have to cast him, he has to survive, and then you have to have 3 mana open, be able to tap him, reveal a non-land card to deal any damage, and pray that that is enough damage to kill the thing you're trying to target. It's way too many variables, so let's count the variables. You've got to have 4 mana, black, you've got to have 3 mana, one of them's red, survive a turn with a tap, exile the top card, hope it's an non-permanent. So it's 3 or 4 different variables, it's ridiculous. And Wizards try to circumvent this by giving you black, sack a creature to scry 2. Yeah, that's okay, but think about this as well. You're losing value to scry 2. How does that feel? I think it's just not good enough. It really isn't. It's just really poorly done. I don't know how they would have fixed this. I guess maybe just have... I don't see why it had to be a tap ability. I just don't really see why. It just makes it impossible to use. Most generals come out, they don't do anything pretty bad. That's the first test that generals face. I mean, look at the bar for 4 mana. Before it was nerfed was Omnath. 4 mana, comes in, draw card, landfall triggers coming out of the Yazoo. This guy comes in, 0, does 0. I don't really know how it matches up. Like in testing, I don't really know how this got through testing. But it's just a really bad card. Compared to a lot of competition out there. You might as well just go for, I don't know, Carder. I think Carder's probably better. This guy here, forcing your opponent to attack. At least this does, it has an ETB trigger immediately. Forces things to happen. Nevertheless, if you did enjoy the video, I'd appreciate if you left me a like and a sub. The deck list will be in the description below if you do fancy taking a look at it, tinkering it. Tell me how you'd improve the deck, because this time I'm asking you, reaching out to you, how would you improve the deck? The curve seems good, mana seems decent, but for some reason didn't get many lands out either. Check out MTG Gnome's channel, he does really good historic Brawl videos. and he's a really nice guy. So check him out, support his channel, see what he's about. And yeah, until next time guys, see you later. If you enjoyed watching this video, why not try some of my other videos on my channel? And don't forget to support me by hitting the like and subscribe button for more content like this.